Travel back in time to the rugged landscapes of the American Wild West, where stories of notorious outlaws have left an indelible mark on history. Among the legendary figures of that era, there was one that stood out with a mixture of fascination and the infamous Joaquin Murrieta. Known as a ruthless outlaw, Murrieta's life is shrouded in mystery, woven by rumors and conflicting narratives. While some see him as a romantic symbol of rebellion against injustice, others see him as a dangerous criminal. In this video, uncovering the rise to fame and the tragic ending cemented his place in the annals of the Wild West. Remember to hit the like button because it helps us a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell to not miss the upcoming interesting videos. As told by California pioneers in the mid-19th century, Joaquin Murrieta was viewed differently depending on one's point of view. Some consider him a patriotic Mexican, while others believe that he is nothing but an evil villain. According to historical records, he was born in Alamos, Sonora, Mexico, or Quillota, Chile in 1829. In 1850, Joaquin, with his brother Carlos and his wife Rosita, began her journey to California to find her fortune in the gold mines. Upon arrival, they settled and established a small farm, and the brothers found work near Hangtown. However, their hopes were soon dashed when California implemented a foreign mining tax that year. Their Anglo-Saxon neighbors, under the pretext of being illegal, tried to force the Mexicans to leave. Despite the threats, the Murrieta brothers tried to endure the pressure for as long as possible. But as frustration grew over a lack of work, Joaquin, along with other foreign miners who were also evicted from their claims, has turned to a life of crime and started targeting people who have forced them to give up their goals. Murrieta quickly emerged as one of the leaders of the notorious gang called the Five Joaquins. Active during the Sierra Nevada gold rush from 1850 to 1863, the group was involved in cattle thefts, robberies, and murders. The gang consists of Joaquin Botelier, Joaquin Carrillo, Joaquin Ocomorina, and Joaquin Valenzuela, along with Murrieta's trusted partner, Manuel Garcia, also known as the Three-Toed Jack. Their criminal exploits have become legendary, involving the theft of more than 100 horses, amassing over $100,000 in gold, and taking the lives of nearly 20 people. Murrieta has evaded arrest for several years, even being implicated in the murders of 3 lawmen. However, as their activities become increasingly dangerous in the gold mines, a substantial bounty was placed on Murrieta's head. Finally, Governor John Bigler, tired of both the Five Joaquins and the general lawlessness prevalent in California, founded the California Rangers in May 1853. Led by former Texas Ranger Harry Love, their main mission is to capture the Five Joaquins. On July 25, 1853, a group of Mexican men faced Rangers near Panoche Pass in San Benito County. Soon after, a fierce gun battle broke out, resulting in the deaths of 2 Mexicans. One of them is believed to be Murrieta, while the other has been identified as his trusted associate, Manuel Garcia. To provide evidence of their deaths, Rangers cut off Garcia's hand and Murrieta's head. They preserved these findings in wine jars to bring to the authorities to claim rewards. The California state legislature voted to reward the Rangers with another $5,000 for their defeat of Murrieta and his band. Later, officials displayed Murrieta's grisly remains in Stockton, San Francisco, and the Mariposa County mining camps. Curious viewers are willing to pay $1 to see the sight of the dead bandit's head firsthand. However, suspicions began to arise soon after his death when the rumor spread that the person killed might not have been Murrieta. This speculation came about when a young woman claiming to be his sister viewed the head and said it didn't have the signature scar her brother has. At the same time, Many people claim to have seen Murrieta at various locations in California following his presumed death. Even during his short existence, Joaquin Murrieta's legend has become more widespread, especially after a San Francisco newspaper published the first fictional account of his life in 1854. John Rowland Ridge further contributed to the legend with his book titled The Life and Adventures of Joaquin Murrieta, the celebrated California bandit. In this work, Ridge portrays Murrieta as a folk hero thrust into a life of crime after a brutal attack by a mob of American miners, jealous of Murrieta's mining success, beat him up, tied him up, then raped and killed his wife right in front of him. As narrated by Ridge, Joaquin is a romantic and charismatic character, motivated by a desire to avenge the injustices inflicted on his family and seeking to correct the many wrongs that Mexicans have suffered. According to the story, Murrieta escaped his claim and established a tavern in the nearby Hangtown area. It was here that the miners began to mysteriously disappear, with claims linking Murrieta to these murders, accompanied by severed ears as evidence. After discovering 14 miners were dead and missing, the residents of Hangtown identified the culprit as Murrieta, who once again evaded capture. He then assembled his outlaw gang and began a campaign of revenge against the white settlers, causing destruction and looting. Despite his criminal activities, Murrieta presents himself as a very generous and kind person. He then distributed a substantial portion of his ill-gotten gains to the poor, who in turn provided him with shelter and protection from the authorities. While there is no evidence that Ridge's version of the story is accurate, it is remarkable that similar atrocities were committed against the Mexican community residing in California during that period. As time went on, the story surrounding the deceased Mexican outlaw underwent further transformations. Joaquin Murrieta is also known as the Robin Hood of the West, or the Robin Hood of El Dorado, and his story is intertwined with the long Mexican resistance against Anglo-American domination in California. Throughout the gold country, stories were spread of outlaws frequenting various hotels and taverns. Locals claimed to have met or have been robbed by these individuals. As for the fate of Joaquin's severed head, it found its resting place behind the bar of the Golden Nugget Saloon in San Francisco. This eerie relic remained there until a devastating earthquake in 1906 turned the facility into ruins. The head itself was eventually caught up in another legend, that of Joaquin's ghost. According to stories, his headless figure would gallop on horseback through the old gold mines, its mournful cry echoing across the region, begging, "Give me back my head." Interestingly, Murrieta's grandson, known as Procopio, became one of California's most notorious robbers in the 1860s and 1870s. He is said to have wanted to surpass his uncle's reputation. Please like and share if you find the video content interesting and useful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss the upcoming interesting videos. Thanks for watching.